Hey everyone, welcome to this session of Unshakable Living, where we take the shakeable aspects in life and get them to the unshakable state. For those that have joined and seen the class ones talking about some financial ways to go unshakable, this section is a little bit different for us in Unshakable Living, where we're going to be talking about getting an unshakable state of mind. So how do you get yourself to be bulletproof no matter what gets thrown at you? So in today's session, we're going to start with becoming bulletproof. I call this putting on your Kevlar vest. So those that know a Kevlar vest, something that a lot of police officers, military, they'll go out and have this on, and it is actually protection against getting shot. A bullet coming at you saves your life by when you get shot. It blocks it, totally protects you. A lot of times we make the mistake in life to not have our own Kevlar vests on, but it's not here. It's up here that you need that Kevlar vest. So I'm going to run through a few ways to build your Kevlar vest so that way you can have an unshakable state of mind. First things first, why do we want to get this unshakable state of mind? Well, if you can actually become the master of your own emotions, there is so much more you can do in life. And one, you can also perceive things differently than maybe you did in the past. A lot of times there are terrible things that happen in life, and there's amazing things that happen in life. On those terrible ones, some people overemphasize those, and that could actually wind down to being a long-term negative impact to yourself. Do you want to be sad? Do you want to be depressed? Probably not. So don't take these things in life that are terrible and make them a lifelong tragedy. Take it in the moment and figure out how can you perceive this a little bit differently. On those great things, take those, bundle them up, and continue to build those positive areas of your life. So how do we do this? And how do you know when you got to start adding your own Kevlar vest to get yourself out of that funk? First things first, figure out a game plan of what is your first layer of a Kevlar vest, then a second layer, then a third. So to give an example of this, the way my Kevlar vest works is basically I start the day. One, I start off with a grateful journal. I actually write things down in my grateful journal, just one thing, maybe two of something for that day. Maybe it's the fall colors outside. I love the crisp air. If it's the summer, I love the warm air. I love, just various things to be grateful for. And a lot of times it's not the material items. It's just the family, the, outdoors, being able to be healthy that day, whatever it is, list it out there. That is my first line of Kevlar vest. I do it every day, and I don't even look at it as a Kevlar vest anymore. It's just a great way to start the day. From there, if I go in and I have a difficult meeting coming up or difficult conversation, something that I know is going to be a challenge, instead of taking those thoughts and having it pull me down, like maybe I have an important meeting and I'm thinking in my head, I hope I don't screw this up. Oh, I'm not good. I'm not prepared. Whatever it is, on that side of it, that's bringing me down. First thing I have to do is I have to recognize I'm making some mistakes mentally. I am taking myself down a bad path. And if I focus on that bad path, guess what's going to happen? The bad path. So how do I immediately overcome it with my first Kevlar vest? I consider this fibbing myself, or if you want to say lying to yourself, but I look at it going, I'm 100% ready to go for this meeting. It's going to go better than I even expect. And I start telling that to myself, not only in my thoughts, but I actually say it out loud. By verbalizing it, it makes it, again, more of a reality. Now, does it always work out that all of a sudden everything is perfect? No, not at all. But by taking these steps, realizing, hey, I'm having this negative thought on it, how do I totally reverse it? I'm going to go to the extreme positive, not just the meeting's going to go fine. I'm going, this meeting is going to go great. It's actually going to be better than what I expect. So that's my first line of defense, is basically overcoming it myself mentally and then verbalizing it. If I notice after that I'm still a little bit, leery of that particular meeting, my next thing that I go to is a lot of people thrive with music. So do I. I have what I call my theme songs. So I got a couple theme songs out there that make me feel positive, proud, encouraged, strong, whatever it is. There's different ones for that. Pick those out and have them ready to go on a daily playlist. If you need to have your theme song because you're in the funk, that should be able to help get you out. For example, one of mine, great song by Dierks Bentley called Riser. I listen to that one whenever I'm in a little bit of a funk in the morning, pop that on, and just truly listen to it, listen to the lyrics, feel the music, and all of a sudden I feel in a great state of mind and ready to go. What if that Kevlar vest doesn't hold up? Next in line, thinking about grateful journals and having it written down, another main positive of doing that is I can take that out and I can start to read it. Here's where the power in the grateful journals are. I have a grateful journal on my kitchen table at home, my kitchen table at the lake house, and even in the bedroom. So they're all over the house. What's great is not only myself, but my wife and my kids have also taken to this habit of doing this every day. It is extremely powerful for me to pick up that grateful journal and not read through all the things I wrote down, but all the things my wife and my kids wrote down. So that is my third line of defense. We have a bunch of them, so if I take one in, if I know I'm not feeling it and going into the office, I take one with me to the office that day, so I have it as my third line of Kevlar vest. My final line, fourth line, I actually have this book here called The Daily Dose. I'd recommend it to anyone, written by Mitch Anthony. Kind of a quick little story on this, but why this one is my last line of defense, and to be honest, I've never had to go beyond this one. So you may need more. That's something you have to figure out. You may need less. But this, my fourth line of defense, daily dose. So why this one is so vital and important to me is, one, a very good friend of mine passed away in a motorcycle accident. He was actually a business partner, just very good friend. At the time, it seemed very unfair. 30-year-old dies in a motorcycle accident. He had so much more to live for. The perception, again, we talked about that, the way you look at it. So at the time, it really brought me in a funk, and how I overcame that, I started to think about it. He had a great life. Even though he was taken too early, he went fast. It's much better than struggling through some horrible disease or something, if he was injured and he had to fight things and he was hurt all the time. So I started to put that, and again, that's only in my head, but it made me feel better about the situation. And then the memories, all the good things that happened. So my friend Mitch thought it was interesting because this book is written by Mitch as well, The Daily Dose. After his funeral, his mom reached out and said, "Hey, I know how you and Mitch had your business and you guys really worked on talking positive to each other." Well, I found this book, and actually inside, his mom said, he stamped it, and it's from the library of Mitch. So it's kind of cool. You can't see it on the video here, but he had that stamp, so that was very, very meaningful to me. Well, then when I opened up this book, what I love with it is it's one-pagers that are just ways to rethink things and get in that positive state of mind. So they have all these attitude adjustments. So what I do on this Kevlar vest is when I'm having a bad day, that is, I would say, a really bad day, I go to this, my last line, and I read one or two of these. I'm very proud to say, and I apologize to Mitch Anthony, the author of this, who I haven't met, and he loved this story as well. I'm only on page 32 right now. So that means I've only gone through so much, and this book is over 200 pages. That shows that last line of defense, and I've had this book now over 10 years. So work with your Kevlar vests, create them, have them, know the lines of defense so you can take your unshakable state of mind to the next level where you're never going to have to worry about, hey, am I in a funk for weeks and weeks and weeks or years? With that, continue building a meaningful life, and we'll see you next time.